All right, Miles, let's talk Clemson Tigers here for a little bit. Both you and I currently live in the great state of South Carolina, so it just makes sense we talk a little bit Clemson Tiger football. And spring ball has started. A lot of new energy, a lot of great energy right now in that football program. And there's a huge report that's come out of Clemson already that shows the future is really bright at a key position and a key part of this team going forward. Miles, I think Clemson fans will really love to hear.
Yeah, Nick. And what I want to know from the Tiger fans today in the comments below, let us know if Clemson could change conferences, what conference would you want them to be in? Or there's another option. Would you want them to stay in the ACC with everybody flipping around, all of this big movement? Is there another conference that you prefer potentially the Tigers to move to? You think they could be more competitive college football playoff wise? Let us know in the comments below what conference you prefer, or if you would in fact like them to stay in the ACC. But Nick, what is the big news down in Death Valley?
Yeah, that's interesting because one of the big news we've seen from other programs is that they're potentially making moves to other conferences. Clemson, of course, is the big dog in the ACC. They've been that way for the better part of the last decade, and that doesn't appear to be going away with the latest report from spring practice. This is from Sports Illustrated. I'm going to read from the report here, Miles, real quick. The two biggest storylines for Clemson in 2023 will be the development of sophomore quarterback Cade Klubnik and the evolution of the offense under a new offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley. Obviously, the two are inherently connected. If Klubnik plays like everyone believes he can, Riley will look like a genius. After one day of practice, count the former five-star quarterback among the fans of Riley's Up-Tempo system. Quoting from Klubnik here, super excited for Coach Riley, super excited for what he's going to bring, excited about what he has already brought. It's a fresh start for this offense and just a fresh start for the program. Klubnik went on to say about the system, it's like what he likes about it. He says, quote, the speed, you look at what Tennessee could do last year and how fast they played. I think that's going to be a lot similar to what we're going to do this year. Just the speed we can play at and the efficiency, not just a bunch of guys running around, figuring out what we're doing. Even after the first day, after the first 10 minutes, as guys running around, getting to the spot and snapping the ball 15 minutes later. All right, Miles, I think this is very interesting because if you look at the dynasties in college football, and that's what Clemson is kind of trying to approach. They're trying to approach Nick Saban era status as a dynasty because Nick Saban, obviously at Alabama, they've won championships, it seems, every other year, but they've done it kind of in like different chunks. They won it like with a bunch of defense early in the era, and then they switched to high flying offenses. Clemson's trying to follow that same trend, right? Clemson under Venables, right? They're basically really good at quarterback and unbelievable at defense. That's basically what they were to win their first couple of national titles. Now they're switching to kind of a new era where they want to be a little more up tempo, a little more modern, reach the future of college football, so to speak. And that's when they brought in a young offensive talented guy in Garrett Riley. And I really think Klubnik, what his response here just shows the direction that Clemson Tiger football is the direction they're heading, this program is heading, is they're going to be much more explosive. They're going to be faster. They're going to play at a much higher pace. You're going to see a lot more points. You're going to see them wear down teams much earlier in games. And really, we're going to start seeing that talent at a lot of these playmaker positions, like the running back. We talk a lot about the running back position for Clemson. We're going to start seeing that shine more and more as this offense really takes shape for this program. Give me your thoughts on Klubnik's comments here, Mize, Garrett Riley, and just everything with the Clemson program right now.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like Riley's offense. It is going to be more exciting. You obviously saw how far it can take a team. Obviously took Texas Christian to national championship last year, but Texas Christian doesn't have quite the firepower that a Clemson is
Not
able
even
to get.
close. Yeah.
I mean, they were lucky to get there. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and say that they probably showed a little bit that they didn't deserve to be against a team like Georgia's, or not even not deserve. They're just not on the same class as a team
Yeah.
like Georgia.
Yeah.
They're not in the same class as a team like Georgia, and it showed in the game. But they played honorably. But a guy like Riley is able to come to Clemson with that kind of offense that was able to take a team that far. And now he has the star power in a team like Clemson. That's got to be really big time. And you have to know that Klubnik really does love to play in Riley's offense because it is an offense based around the quarterback. Riley being a former big time high school quarterback, he ran the air raid in a Texas high school. So he knows how to have a high flying, fun offense for a young quarterback. And I imagine that Klubnik is going to put up some absurd numbers this year with all of the recruiting and all of the focus on the offensive side of the ball. I just can see, like you said, a shift to offensive dominance from Clemson this year, and a guy like Riley leading the charge, being the mastermind behind this offense is going to be really, really exciting.
Yeah, Miles, I'll leave you with this. I think it was very interesting that Klubnik brought up Tennessee because we talk about obviously the recruiting game that goes on with the Smoky Mountain corridor, right? You have the Tennessee, North Georgia, the Carolinas, and you look at Tennessee, high flying, explosive, the way they played under Heupel, South Carolina under their new system. They're trying to be more high flying, more explosive, more air raid. And Clemson doesn't want to be seen as old and stodgy. They want to be up with the times. They want to have the same kind of explosive, high power offense because they certainly don't want to lose any of the recruits they're battling with, and with the guys in Columbia or the guys in Knoxville. So I really think that's another element too to keep your eye on. While this move, Garrett Riley, I think it will be an improvement for the offense, and they're going to score a lot more points and execute at a higher level. I also think it'll be an impact in the recruiting game. And like we talk about all the time, Miles, that's what it really comes down to when it comes to winning national championships, winning the recruiting battle. So however you look at it for the Clemson Tigers program, this is a really good sign for the future.